I'm Tom Princen. I'm a Rachel Carson Fellow here in the year 2014. I've been working on two projects, finished up a project called Ending the Fossil Fuel Era, and started a new and related project I'm calling the Politics of Urgent Transition. I teach at the University of Michigan at the School of Natural Resources and Environment. I've been focusing for quite a few years now on sustainability questions from a social science perspective, and looking at questions of overconsumption, sufficiency, localization, and now transition. This project on fossil fuels, Ending the Fossil Fuel Era, is about transition. And so it's about transitioning out of the fossil fuel era and into the post-fossil fuel era. So one way we approach that is to say that human societies, particularly in the advanced industrial world, have only used fossil fuels as the major energy source for a little more than 100 years. So that is the fossil fuel era. Well, of course, humans have been using oil and whatnot for millennia, but as a dominant energy source, it's only about 100 years old. And so that's not that far back. I mean, the way I like to think about it is that I have known people who lived before the fossil fuel era, and that's looking back. That's the historical perspective, which I've learned to take very, very seriously here at the Rachel Carson Center. But I also take the future perspective, and that is that looking forward, I probably know people now who will live in the post-fossil fuel era. Now, this may seem obvious to many people that, well, yeah, of course, it's fossil fuels, the non-renewable, and will run out and so forth. But actually, we're not running out. There are vast amounts of fossil fuels there. What really is happening is the cheap stuff is coming to an end. And cheap in several respects. Cheap at price at the pump, cheap energetically. It used to be it didn't take much energy to get a whole bunch of oil, and cheap environmentally. We could always send all the bad stuff, the pollution, the emissions away. But of course that away is coming back now. So again, a premise of this project is, yes, the fossil fuel era will end. A second premise is not soon enough. So we have to figure out ways of accelerating that end. We sort of have a two-pronged strategy, part of which is to think about how to delegitimize fossil fuels. To delegitimize it is to say that it is no longer life-sustaining. It is actually life-threatening. And the other way to approach that is to think about how it may become rational for industry itself and all that supports it, including the financial community and other actors, how it might become rational for them to move out and move into other energy sources. We as a society have to make it normal to not use fossil fuels. And so that normalizing requires a language. And the language itself can center around questions of leave it in the ground, not use it, sufficiency, living the good life. We developed that concept of the good life in different ways throughout the project. So a major thrust of this project is to challenge the dominant discourse around the dominance of fossil fuels, which is say it's always been here, always will be. We just got to live with it. We say no, we can't live with it. Life as we know it is threatened.